यहाँ उपस्थित विदर्भ से आए हुए सभी व्यवसायी भाइयों बहनों, आज का ये जो कार्यक्रम होने जा रहा है ये अपने आप में अद्भुत कार्यक्रम है। जैसे हमारे आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा, लोकल गो ग्लोबल, और पूरा बाजार अब देश दुनिया का बाजार सिमट के एक छोटे सी कंप्यूटर में आ गया है, आपके मोबाइल में आ गया है। इतना इजी है व्यापार करना। इस एरिया से, हमारे एरिया से बहुत सा माल निर्यात होता है, हमको शायद मालूम नहीं होगा, और बहुत सा माल आयात होता है, क्योंकि हमारे एंटरप्रेन्योर्स अपना ओपन माइंड रखकर इंटरनेशनल नहीं जाना चाहते। इस वजह से बंबई जैसे शहरों के लोग उसका फायदा उठाते हैं। हमारे यहाँ से मसाले कितने एक्सपोर्ट होते हैं, हमारे यहाँ से चावल कितना एक्सपोर्ट होता है, लकड़ा कितना इंपोर्ट होता है, ऑयल कितना इंपोर्ट होता है, एडिबल ऑयल, कोयला कितना इंपोर्ट होता है, ऐसे तमाम लिस्ट कोई कम नहीं है। यहाँ से गारमेंट एक्सपोर्ट होता है, ज्वेलरी एक्सपोर्ट होती है। एक हमारे लोगों को मौका देने के लिए ऐसा अमूमन नहीं होता कि किसी देश के एम्बेसडर, कौंसिल जनरल, कमिश्नर, ये ओहदे के लोग आए, मगर ये हम सब विदर्भ वासियों का प्यार है, इनसे रिक्वेस्ट किया गया और ये प्रत्यक्ष यहाँ पर हाजिर रहेंगे। इस कार्यक्रम को आप मत समझिए कि ये कार्यक्रम में क्या होगा। यहाँ पर DGFT के लोग हैं, यहाँ पर बैंक के लोग हैं, यहाँ MSME के डायरेक्टर हैं, यहाँ खुद सिम्बोयसिस यूनिवर्सिटी के डायरेक्टर्स हैं। ये सब इंटरनेशनल चीज़ें समझाने के लिए यहाँ आए हैं। सिम्बोयसिस यूनिवर्सिटी में कौन कौन से कोर्सेज होते हैं, स्किल डेवलपमेंट कैसे होता है, ये हम लोग नागपुर में रह के भी शायद नहीं समझ पा रहे। ये मौका है। इसके बाद में सब्सिक्वेंट फॉलो प्रोग्राम्स होंगे। ये आज के प्रोग्राम तो सिर्फ एक आईना बताने के लिए है कि मेरी जेब में माल कितना है। इसके बाद हम लोग फॉलो प्रोग्राम करेंगे। खड़े होकर सब ताली बजाएं सारे एम्बेसडर्स के लिए। सर वेलकम। इसके बाद में हमारे फॉलोअप कार्यक्रम होंगे साथियों, वो ध्यान रखना। ये जितने हमारे देश के जो लोग हैं यहाँ, अलग अलग अधिकारी लोग, इनके साथ हम लोग इंटरेक्टिव मीटिंग करेंगे। आपका इंटरेस्ट किस चीज़ में है, एक्सपोर्ट में है तो कैसे करना, इंपोर्ट में है तो कैसे करना, कौन से देश से क्या लेना, अगर ये 5 देश नहीं तो भी बाहर के जो देश हैं उनके साथ भी हम इंटरेक्शन कर सकते हैं। आप लोग ये बात समझिए कि इंडियन चैम्बर ऑफ इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस और कॉन्फेडरेशन ऑफ ऑल इंडिया ट्रेडर्स सिम्बोसिस यूनिवर्सिटी के साथ मिलकर हम यहाँ पर एक तूफान लाना चाहते हैं। और सबसे खुशी की बात यह है कि ईस्ट नागपुर में और यहाँ कोने में होने के बावजूद पूरा हॉल हमारा पैक है। यह समझने की बात है। नाइजीरिया से लोग हैं, आपको लकड़ा इंपोर्ट करना है, लकड़ा एक्सपोर्ट करने वाले लोग यहाँ पर हैं। कैसे इंपोर्ट होगा, क्या होगा, DGFT के श्रवण जी यहाँ हैं, ये सब हमको गाइड करेंगे। पैसा चाहिए, बैंक ऑफ महाराष्ट्र यहाँ है। कहने का मतलब है पूरा बुके यहाँ बुलाया गया है और यहाँ पूरी हमारी तैयारी है यहाँ से एक्सपोर्ट करने की। अभी आप जो चलेंगे सुनेंगे, इंटरेक्टिव रहेगा, इंग्लिश में रहेगा कार्यक्रम, मगर फॉलोअप कार्यक्रम हम हिंदी में करेंगे। हम लोग यहीं पर है, कभी भी हम लोग रेगुलर मिल सकते हैं, रेगुलर हम काम कर सकते हैं। मैं राजेंद्र ठोकर जी से निवेदन करता हूं कि आगे की कार्रवाई के लिए राजेंद्र ठोकर जो इंटरनेशनल इंडियन चैम्बर ऑफ इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस मध्य भारत के वाइस प्रेसिडेंट हैं, ठोकर जी प्रोसीडिंग्स को आगे बढ़ाएंगे। राजेंद्र।
Good afternoon, everyone. Namaskar. Welcome to all dignitaries and delegates to this event of MSME Going Global. I, Rajan Thaukar, Vice President Central Region of Indian Chamber of International Business, or ICIB, as it is widely known, welcome you all to this lovely afternoon on a journey that will launch the city of Nagpur globally. Nagpur is the heart of India. Nagpur is precisely at the geographical center point of India, and the 0-mile marker is located over here. It is labeled as Orange City and the Tiger Capital of India. It is also the logistics center with pre-presence of the multi-modal international cargo hub and airport at Nagpur, Mihan. ICIB has represented Mihan at many international forums, including when our President and myself has accompanied Honorable President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind ji, on his official trip to Greece in 2017. Nagpur has always been one of the important focus areas of ICIB across verticals. Today we bring to you 5 countries that will showcase the possibilities for MSMEs of India. Today's event is also supported by DGFT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and MSME DI in Nagpur under the Ministry of MSME. Now we begin today's official proceeding with our national anthem. Please rise. तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मागे, गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण। जय। I now invite the dignitaries to come on the dais for deep prajalan or lighting the lamp. Light shows us path of the future and leads the way to enrich a world of possibilities. I request Dr. Ali Akbar Memon to escort His Excellency Mr. Claudio Montero I would request Ms. Ritu Malhotra to escort Her Excellency Mrs. Anisa Magbe. I request Aishwarya Jain to escort His Excellency Mr. Agus Saptono. I request Ms. Jia to escort Her Excellency Mrs. Tahina Rosa Molina. I request Ms. Mansi Malhotra to escort Mr. Hoshfall Jacob Atanu. I respect Mr. Ajinkya Kharke to escort Dr. Mr. V. Shraman. I request Mr. Vijay Dhole to escort Mr. P. M. Parlevarji to the lightning of the lamp. I would also like to invite Mr. Niket Agrawal to escort Mr. Vaibhav Kaleji on the dais. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome Mr. Manpreet Singh ji and Mr. B.C. Bharti on the dais, along with Mr. Jai Prakash ji Paliwal on the dais.
जो
I would request all the dignitaries to please take their seat on the dais. To begin the official program, I would request Mr. Manpreet Singh, President, Indian Chamber of International Business, to give his opening remarks for today's session.
Good afternoon. Rajan खाना नहीं खिलाया आज किसी को. So welcome everybody. Welcome to this session today that is going to be talking about MSMEs Going Global. Myself has been with the international trade since nearly 30 years now. अब कुछ लोग मुझे बोलते हैं कि भाई दिखता तो है नहीं. So surprisingly, I am that old. So that being said, it has been a long journey. It has been a learning journey. My own personal businesses also, and also with the Chamber of Commerce. This Chamber of Commerce is not very old. It's only 20 years old, as against CAIT, which is decades old. There are others that are centuries old. I'm also part of the Maharashtra Chamber of Commerce, which is nearly 95 years old now. So there has been a lot of evolution, and it is all about change. How we change, how soon we change, how fast we change, and how we adapt to the change. We are sitting today in the city of Nagpur. Already a lot has been said about Nagpur, Orange City, Tiger City. We are having the best of so many things. But are we able to take it to the world? Sadly, no. हम सब उम्मीद करते हैं कि everything the government should do. That is the government's job. They should do this and they should do that. We send WhatsApp messages to each other. Our government should do this, our government should do that. But as citizens, have we ever asked our friends and neighbors, "Bhai, what have you done? Or what should we do?" And especially more questions are asked when there are elections around the corner. So same goes for politicians also. I shouldn't be talking about controversial topics, but that being said, this is something that we should ask ourselves. Today we have taken this initiative to take Nagpur to the world. We have representatives of 5 countries. It is across the globe. We have people here from Southeast Asia. We have people from Central America. We have people from Africa. एक कहावत है, कर लो दुनिया मुट्ठी में, हमने करके दिखाया. It is your turn now कि हम उससे कर क्या सकते हैं. वो एक कहावत है, आप घोड़े को पानी तक लेके जा सकते हो, पिला नहीं सकते. So we as a Chamber of Commerce are facilitators. We can help you to help yourself. Our Chamber of Commerce is not only with trade and exports, imports, वो हर chamber करता है. There's nothing new that we are doing. What we are doing, the same things a little bit differently. We are trying to bring the world together and closer. It is all about people-to-people relations. It is about how you interact with people. There have been times where people have asked me, where is this country? Where is that country? I have personally visited 49 countries. Half of them, even my daughter who's 9-year-old, she knows. Very common. Indians के लिए ना बहुत simple है. Export कहाँ करना है? Europe, US. That is all we know of. And then we fight for 5 cents, 10 cents, and nowadays after the pandemic even for 1 cent. जिधर एक export कर रहा है, उधर ही दूसरे को export करना है. Because once upon a time we were told, develop a market and the business will follow. Sadly, that doesn't hold true anymore. So it's all about going to new places, being the first. I'll give you my own personal example. I think I was one of the first few people from my industry to export to Barbados. I literally, and that is thanks to my customer who found me, to be very honest. मतलब मेरे को literally I had to open the globe and see where the Barbados is. I mean, we never had Google that time, so it was like this nice big globe, and you know, and which was micro dot Barbados with magnifying glass. So that's our geography knowledge also. So I think thanks to our institutions that is changing, and more awareness is there. Thanks to Symbiosis for having us here today and creating this awareness about the world today. And thanks for Nagpur to having us here. One of the most important things that you have to realize today that we are sitting in Nagpur, which is the winter capital of the state of Maharashtra. I come from Jadu Nagri, Mumbai. It is the best place that anybody can be. But is it the best place for doing business? Maybe not. The kind of opportunities that Tier 2, Tier 3 cities have today is immense. Mumbai, Delhi has reached saturation. We try to look for 1 cent, 2 cents in US, UK, Europe, but we forget that there are 200 plus countries in the world. 200 countries, we remember 5. So this is something that we have to realize, that for importing and exporting, this is what we need to think. People to people contact, it's very easy today. Send an email, WhatsApp. I am from the generation that used to have trunk calls for 50 kilometers away. You know, when I was a child, I used to give a trunk call to my father in the factory, which was just 60 kilometers, MIDC. And the trunk call used to get connected once my father used to be back home. So we are that generation. And today you have WhatsApp, which any part of the world you can connect in not even seconds, it is microseconds. So use that to your advantage. It is a very small world today. That is something you have to utilize. There are a lot of government schemes. You know, we keep on complaining, government ne ye nahi kiya, government ne wo nahi kiya. But thanks to our vision of our Prime Minister, what he has done, he is your biggest brand ambassador today. We have been traveling. There was a time in the late 90s, I used to travel to Europe. People used to ask me, "Aap kahan se ho? Sardar nahi dekha tha. Are you from Egypt?" That was the question that used to be asked to me. Early 2000 Europe, people are asking, "Where are you from?" Today, the first thing people ask you is, "Are you from India, the land of Modi?" What bigger bandwidth can you get in the whole world? So this is something that we all need to take care of. We have with us DGFT, we have with us Ministry of MSME. There are so many schemes that the government is offering. So many that, you know, we had to actually as a Chamber of Commerce publish a booklet, and that went into 65 pages. Imagine the number of schemes that the government of India is giving. Are we using it? Not even 2 schemes. I have traveled half the world thanks to government of India. Let me be very clear about it. 90% subsidy even on your airfares. What more can you ask? And that is the same for a person in Mumbai and for Nagpur. But sad part, the person does not get the information sitting in Nagpur. We have with us DGFT, we have with us MSME ministries. They are doing a lot for outreach. But you have to give them also the opportunity to interact with you. We have to open our eyes, and with this opening remarks, to open our eyes and look at opportunities around the world, I would like to begin this session officially. Welcome you, all of you, for being with us here today and giving us this opportunity to open this forum. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Manpreet. No event is successful without the right partners. CAIT has been the heart of this event today. I call upon Shri B.C. Bhartiya ji, National President, Confederation of All India Traders, for his welcome address.
His Highness Claudio Montero, Ambassador, Republic of Costa Rica. Her Highness Mrs. Anisha, High Commission, United Republic of Tanzania, His Highness August Sabtono, Consul General of Republic of Indonesia, Her Highness Mrs. Tahina, Charge d'Affaires, Republic of Madagascar, Mr. Horsfall Jacob, Head of Industry, Trade and Investment, High Commission of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Mr. Shraman, Development Commissioner, SEZ and Additional Director General of Foreign Trade, Parevar Sir, Director MSME, Jayaprakash Paliwalji, Director Symbiosis School, Vaibhav Kaleji, Zonal Manager, Bank of Maharashtra, Jubin Jalji, WTC Nagpur, World Trade Center, Mr. Vidyas Totare, MD, Archers Wealth Management, Pune. Sir, we are indeed fortunate and privileged to have dignitaries like you here. A persons of such high eminence coming down to Nagpur and to explore the possibility of business, both import and exports. It has been realized that Tier 2 cities can do wonders. Our Honorable Prime Minister has been focusing on MSMEs. And today here, we have such a good bouquet of different head of departments of different ministries, departments, which can help in export and import of business. We have Additional Director, DGFT, who can guide us, who can do hand-holding for us to export goods. We have Mr. Pardoor, Director MSME, to give us all the assistance to go abroad. We have Mr. Vaibhav Kale to give us all financial help wherever required. Above all, we have member from World Trade Center here, Mr. Jal. Friends, try to understand what this meeting is going to deliver in future. We have all the facilities to export goods from Nagpur itself. We need not go to any port city. Can you imagine this? Symbiosis International University, the name itself shows that they are prepared to train you to go international. They have their own skill development facilities here, training facilities, and education facilities. We have to take advantage of today's conference. Sir, I would like to ensure you that after this conference, we will have follow-up programs. We will get the persons interested in any product. We have Tanzania here, import whatever wood you want to import. We have Indonesia here, import coal, import edible oil or anything. We have other South African countries. Friends, if you go back about 200, 300 years back, in 1730s, 40s, India had very good trade with South Africa. And we will find so many Indians sitting there. Only thing is, as Mr. Manpreet ji said, that we have to open our eyes. Open our eyes means we have to see the opportunities, see how we can conquer the world. If our Prime Minister wants $5 trillion economy, it has to come from MSME. We have to upgrade ourselves. We have to modernize ourselves. and we have to go global. When we talk about Swadeshi, we talk of our intelligence, local product, and we have to take global. With this word, sir, I welcome all of you to this program. I welcome all the audience to this program, and let us have a good celebration, I will say, of import and export business. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bhartiya ji. Today's event would be impossible without our lovely guest of honor, all the way from across the world, from Africa to South America and Southeast Asia. We have brought the whole world to Nagpur today. Costa Rica, country of Central America. Most people ask, where is Costa Rica? And the answer is this. Google it. Sorry, just kidding. It's in the heart of American continent, in between the South and the North America. But more on Costa Rica by the Honorable Ambassador of Costa Rica to India, His Excellency Mr. Claudio Ansoreno. Welcome, sir. The floor is yours.
Namaskar, Nagpur. It is a pleasure for me to be here. When they told me that the conference was going to be in Nagpur, I said, great, that's going to be the opportunity to taste the oranges and see the tigers. But up to now, I haven't tasted the oranges, and the only tigers that I see are here in the floor here. Anyways, thank you very much for the invitation. I'm honored to be here. Special thanks to Manpreet Singh, Executive President of the ICIB, Mr. Bhartiya, National President of the Confederation of All Indian Traders, colleagues from other countries, dear friends from this university, and the business people that are here. I'm very, very glad, and I really congratulate the initiative by ICIB, because MSME are very, very important. In my country, they represent 90% of the employees. The employment is very key, dependent on the medium and small enterprises. And this is a great opportunity that I thought that to come here to see if we can do business together. And we are open for business, and we hope that this is just the beginning. So let me tell you how I'm going to organize myself. I'm going to show you a video first of Costa Rica. Then I'm going to do a presentation that I'm going to try to shorten because it's a little bit long, but I'm going to try to shorten it. And then I'm going to give you an invitation to go to Costa Rica with some special awards. So let's start with the video, please.
Someone defines themselves when they reconnect with their spirit, their true essence, the nature that shapes who you are. Who am I? I am an alluring concentration of beauty, rainforests, beaches, and biodiversity. I live in the heart of the Americas, guarded by two seas. I am the deep green that entices those seeking relaxation and adventure. And I am so much more. In my essence live the warmth and authenticity of my people. People with open arms who look forward towards the future and welcome opportunities. I am a unique, happy, and caring nation that expresses itself through the diversity of its cultures. I am cradle of human talent, proud people who embrace challenges. I am a nation governed in peace with a solid, long-standing democracy. I stand behind health, education, and the pursuit of self-development as the cornerstones of happiness. In my essence lie the preservation and care for the environment, a model to the world. I breathe the riches of my land, and I recognize the wit of my people, ever capable of giving more than expected. I am a trustworthy and reliable nation, distinguished by the value of what I create. Human development, innovation, and a proven international competitiveness set me apart and enable me to export quality to the world. Those who come to know me are surprised, amazed. My greatest aspirations can be found in my concentrated essence. I am a country that attracts those who seek the value of excellence and a commitment to sustainability. I have much to offer those wishing to purchase, invest, produce, and develop. I have the required human and technological capabilities to achieve this. I rediscover myself by searching within. I find myself in what is vital, in what is true. I rediscover what is important. I am green. I am happiness. I am solidarity. I am talent. I am innovation. I am quality. I am diversity. I am concentration. I am essential Costa Rica.
Well, that was a small introduction to Costa Rica, but now I would like to ask you to raise your hand who knows where Costa Rica is. How many hands up? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very few, huh? Very few, okay. Okay, so that's why I'm here. I had to come and show Costa Rica directly because this is my job. And the idea is to make bridges between India and Costa Rica, and the bridges are made by cultural exchange and also by doing business. And so I hope we can get a lot of results from this conference. Let's start with the presentation so that you will know now where Costa Rica is. Okay. It's a small country of 51,000 square kilometers. We're the size of Punjab around. A population of 5.5 million people. That's about the population of Nagpur. So you can see that we're not a very large population country. But we're very strategically located right in the middle of the Americas. And we have free trade agreements with all over the world, especially with US and Canada and Mexico, and also with a lot of countries in South America. So many companies decide to go and settle there because it's very easy to ship or to distribute their goods from Costa Rica. We have a very rich biodiversity, even though we're a very small country. That we represent only 0.03% of the world's territory, but we have 6% of the biodiversity of the world. So if you like nature and you like to see birds and insects and many other animals and plants, Costa Rica is the ideal place to go. Also, we're very proud that 100% of our electricity comes from renewable energy, especially hydro, 80%, and then geothermal, about 10%, and then solar and wind also around 7%. That's a picture of San Jose, the capital. As you see, the stadium there is highlighted. We're very fan of football. We haven't learned how to play cricket yet, but here by just watching TV, that's the only thing I see in sports here. So I'll have to start learning what are the rules of cricket. But Costa Rica is very fond of sports, and And also, I hope that we one day can have the Indian national team play the Costa Rican team. And my dream is that India classifies for the World Cup, maybe not in Qatar, but in the next one. Okay, we are a leader in sustainability, and we invest with purpose. We don't just attract any type of investment, we attract investment that is committed to sustainability. We have a very good skilled labor force. Education is free and public since the middle of the 1800s. And we have a literacy rate of 98%. And half of the population that has gone through college speaks English also. Let me see. We were also the only country in the world that was able to reverse deforestation. By the 1980s, our territory only was covered by 26% of forests due to agricultural production and other issues. But by doing some policies, we were able to reforest Costa Rica, and now we have like 55% of our territory covered with forest. That has helped for the biodiversity, and also we have seen that is a very good economic policy, because thanks to that we've been able to attract a lot of people for ecotourism. We coined that term in the 1980s, thinking that we should, attract people to come and see the nature and the natural resources that we have. So we share our well-being with the world in terms of like 3.5 million people come every year to Costa Rica as tourists, mainly from US and Europe, but I would love to have more Indians come to Costa Rica as tourists. Okay, and well, I'm going to skip a little bit. Oh, oops. Okay. Like I told you, 99, almost 100% of our energy comes from renewable energy, and we are committed to achieve decarbonization by 2050, and probably will be the first country, because we're going to reach that goal before that. Right now, we expect to have all our vehicles electric by 2035. So let me give you 5 reasons why investing in Costa Rica it can be very beneficial. We have a proven record of 350 high-tech companies already in Costa Rica. 41 of the Fortune 500 companies are there, and we have a very successful growing operations. We have 18 Indian companies already in Costa Rica, especially in the IT sector. We have Wipro, we have Infosys, we have Cognizant, we have L&T, we have HCL. So these companies have come because they have found that it's very profitable to be close to this IT hub of IT and also medical devices or life medical issues that have concentrated in Costa Rica, and these Indian companies provide all the services that these other companies need. These are some of the companies of the 350 that I told you. So all the big names are there. We are the second country behind, I think it's Ireland, I'm not able to see well, but we attract per capita, in terms of the size of the country, we are a very attractive place to go for investment all over the world. And also we are the largest per capita exporter of Latin America. We definitely changed our economy in the late 80s and early 90s. We were mostly an agricultural economy based on coffee, bananas, cattle, sugar, etc. But then through many policies, structural policies, we changed and transformed the economy to a more service economy. And now we have more than 4,000 products and services that we export to all over the world. This is the trajectory of that process from 1986 to 2020. The blue line shows the traditional products that we had before, and the other line, the green one, as you see, has gone up, is the new products that we now export. We have growing high-value added services in manufacturing services. One of our main exports here to India are medical devices. We export to India mainly teak wood and medical devices. Specialization. Costa Rica is the #1 exporter of high-value added services and #1 in Latin America in exports of high-tech as a percentage of total exports. We decided 20, 30 years ago not to go with any type of exports, but high-tech exports that gave us value added to what we did. So that is much more profitable because it gives more employment, it has more value, and therefore it's a way to break the limitations sometimes that, you know, just basing yourself in commodities or traditional products gives you. Life sciences. We have concentrated very much in life sciences, and we have a hub, very, very important hub, producing like medical devices and many other things. We would love to have the pharmaceutical companies of India in Costa Rica producing these medical devices and also pharmaceuticals. Okay, these are, I won't bore you with that. We are a very high productivity country, and increasing productivity that allows companies to grow with the right talent. Human capital in Latin America, we're #1 in several categories. But you will invest, if you invest in Costa Rica, you will have very good quality, skilled labor force. Costa Rica, let me give you a little bit of history, is the only country in the world that voluntarily abolished the army. This happened in 1949, after a civil war that we had. And by abolishing the army, we started saving a lot of money, not spending it in weapons and arms, rather spending it in education and health. And so that's why we have a very good labor force that is healthy and educated. Our location is one feature that is very attractive because we are in the same time range than United States and very close to United States, 2.5 hours in plane to Miami or Los Angeles. And we're in the middle of the Americas also, and we have excellent connectivity to the world through sea or air. That's what I was saying about the connectivity that we have. We export to 150 countries. We didn't have any other choice than to become exporter because contrary to India, we're very small. So we can't rely on our domestic market like India does. So the only way out for our development was to export, to expand ourselves to the rest of the world. We have a very stable political system, and the innovation and the most competitive tax incentives in the region to reach true return. We give a lot of incentives for example, hotel constructions and even manufacturers in free duty-free zones that we have. So you can import everything without taxes and you can export everything without taxes. There's no problem in repatriation of capital also. So we have several incentives in that sense. So these are many other right conditions to invest. Tax incentives, like I told you, are very, very strong. A lot of tax incentives. This is, CINDE is an agency of the government that is, role is to attract investment. So anybody that wants to go to invest to Costa Rica contacts CINDE. They'll give you a person to take you by the hand from the moment you step in Costa Rica. They'll give you all the facilities and the help that you need to know every issue or answer any questions that you have. It's one of the best attracting agencies in the world. It's our #1 investment promotion agency in the world and can help you venture in Costa Rica. Okay, that's the idea in general about investing in Costa Rica. But now I want to invite you to a buyer's traders mission that is going to take place the 26th to the 29th of September in Costa Rica on these 4 sectors. It is like an event to match exporters with importers. These are exporters from Costa Rica, importers from the rest of the world in these 4 sectors. Agricultural sector, food industry, specialized industries and manufacturing, like for example the medical devices and life sciences, and the service sector that you can include there, tourism. The government of Costa Rica, if you register before the 30th of June, will give you 4 nights in a hotel with breakfast and lunch and all local transportation. And other benefits that you can have in this event that I think is a great opportunity for people that would like to explore the possibilities of going to Costa Rica, not only in terms of importing from Costa Rica, but also making the contacts to export to Costa Rica. Well, that's all of the benefits that there are. And this doesn't work very well. Anyways. I think it's a great opportunity these days to go there, to experience it by yourself directly, and also to take some days off and do a little bit of tourism on a country that you're listening for the first time maybe, that it's very welcoming to all of you. And that's about it. That's my presentation. I thank you very much for this, and I hope you can, if you have any questions, I'll be available to answer them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We would like to thank you for the invitation. ICIB is happy to announce that we are taking the delegation to Costa Rica in September. So those who want to join us for the Costa Rica event in September, please contact me. Thank you. Moving next. Tanzania has the second largest economy in the East African community and the 10th largest in Africa. We have with us today Her Excellency Mrs. Anisa Kapufi Mabega, Honorable High Commissioner of Tanzania to India, for her address.
Good afternoon. Namaskar. Mr. Manipreet Singh, Executive President, India Chamber of International Business. Mr. Bhatia, National President, Confederation of All India Traders. Mr. Rajan Thaukar, Vice President, Indian Chamber of International Business, Central Region. Mr. Hosfa Jacob Atanu, Head of Industry, Trade and Investment. Dr. Suraman, Development Commissioner, Mihan, and Additional Director for General Foreign Trade. Mr. Powell, Director for Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Dr. Paliwal, Director, Symbiosis International University Nagpur. Mr. Kale, Zone Manager, Bank of Maharashtra. Mr. Zubin Jal, WTC Nagpur. Mr. Vidya Totare, MD and CEO, Acres Wealth Management Limited. Excellencies, ambassadors and High Commissioner present at the high table, members of the business community here in Nagpur, invited guests. Allow me, first of all, to acknowledge my appreciation to our host for inviting us to this auspicious event and making our stay in Nagpur, this beautiful city of Nagpur, a pleasant one. As you all know, my name is Anisa Mbega, the High Commissioner for Tanzania in India. Before my presentation, I would just like to introduce a small film which will show what Tanzania has to offer and all the abundant resources. I would request the audience to watch it with proper attention so that you get to see and you get to hear what is there in the film. And then afterwards, we'll continue with our presentation. Thank you.
Republic of Tanzania, the land of the Kilimanjaro, the Serengeti and Zanzibar, is strategically located as a gateway to East Africa and the African Great Lakes region. A rising star, Tanzania is a middle-income country that has averaged 7% economic growth over the last decade. It has a population of about 60 million, the majority of whom are young and economically active, and part of a rapidly growing middle class. Accessible through the Indian Ocean, Tanzania connects to 6 landlocked countries. It also offers access to a sizable market of about 177 million people in the East African community and 350 million people in the SADC region.
Welcome to Tanzania, the land of opportunities. The government is committed to maintain and strengthen ties with the international community. We'll continue to maintain good governance, political and economic stability, which have been our national values. The government is undertaking a number of legal and regulatory reforms to unlock the country and make it potential investment destination. These reforms include investment tax and information technologies regimes. The government is focusing on improving coordinated infrastructure, not limited to cleaner energy provision, railways, roads, ports, and optical fiber network. All this will add to the improvement of investment environment. As we open doors to the world, we believe that with efficient transport system, enough and affordable electricity, coupled with friendly regulatory regime, Tanzania is offering the best opportunity for investors to thrive. Welcome to Tanzania, the land of opportunities.
The Tanzania Investment Center hosts more than 10 government investment facilitation institutions, offering a one-stop center that can give approvals, permits, and licenses all under one roof, easing the process and saving time and other resources pertaining to setting up a business in Tanzania.
We offer a number of fiscal and non-fiscal incentives, and among the fiscal incentives that we have include the 100% waiver of import duties on capital goods, but also we have 75% waiver and on duties on deemed capital goods. So I invite investors to come and explore the opportunities that Tanzania has to offer.
Agriculture is the mainstay of Tanzania's economy. There are over 44 million hectares of arable land, and only 33% of them are under cultivation. Some of the potential areas to invest in include sugarcane plantations, cotton, coffee, tea, cashew nut and grape farming, horticulture farms, sisal plantations, wheat plantations, as well as bean and cassava farms. One can also invest in the processing of these crops for export.
Tanzania is the second largest livestock producer in Africa, but only 1% of the livestock is processed into value added. About 70% of the high-end value-added meat products are imported. There are very few companies in Tanzania like this which are producing value-added products for the industry. So there is huge potential here in Tanzania.
The manufacturing sector is in its infancy stage, with few exploited areas, whereby unprocessed agricultural commodities have dominated major exports. Tanzania's Vision 2025 envisages an industrialized economy powered by the manufacturing sector, and as such, opens up the country to potential investment, particularly in the area of textile and apparel, sugar, leather, edible oils, heavy industries, pharmaceuticals, tire manufacturing, cable, and plastic manufacturing. A 1,424-kilometer long coastline, including 3 large lakes, presents a virtually untapped opportunity in fishing. Opportunities lie in deep-sea fishing, fish farming, fish processing, and supply of fishing gear, just to name a few. Tanzania's wealth extends well beyond the surface. Tanzanite, a gemstone found nowhere else in the world, is testament to the country's mineral riches. Other minerals include gold, coal, diamonds, copper, nickel, cobalt, tin, lead, silver, uranium, rare earth metals, ruby and sapphire. Investment opportunities exist in the areas of exploration, mining and processing. Tucked away in Tanzania's 48.1 million hectares of forests and woodlands is investment gold. One can invest in industrial plantations, and commercial harvesting can be done in 20 million hectares, equal to 35% of the total volume of forests in the country. Discoveries of significant natural gas reserves in recent years present an opportunity to invest in LNG extraction, further adding to Tanzania's long list of investment opportunities. Doesn't end there. The country's helium deposits in the west of the country are large enough to meet the world's demand for the gas for 20 years. Tanzania is a tourist paradise. New accommodation, entertainment facilities, camping, lodges, and guest houses of international standards. All these are untapped opportunities. Connectivity is key to Tanzania's ambitious growth objectives, the country has invested heavily in the development of its infrastructure, including road networks, railways, air travel, and ports, which connect all regions in Tanzania, as well as 6 landlocked countries. And in ensuring a conducive investment climate, the government has invested in the Julius Nyerere hydropower station, expected to generate 2,150 megawatts, providing reliable and affordable electricity for the entire country. While in Tanzania, investors can enjoy prosperous living in the bustling cities and in the countryside, one can access world-class amenities such as schools, state-of-the-art hospitals that are fast turning the country into a primary medical tourism destination, as well as financial institutions. Having reached middle-income status, the Tanzanian government aims at soaring even higher, establishing the country as a favorable investment destination and an industrialized nation that provides a high quality of life to all its citizens. Due to very attractive opportunities and favorable conditions, major international brands have already invested in Tanzania as part of their strategy to maximize on wider regional markets and other opportunities. Come and invest in Tanzania.
Thank you so much. I believe most of us have already seen what is available in Tanzania and the potential it has to offer. And after that film, I'll just touch on some few areas which we have more potential as a country to offer. I'll go straight for the interest of time. We have some key priority areas as a country for investment and trade as well. One of them is agriculture, and in Tanzania, agriculture represents almost 30% of the country's GDP, and with 3/4 of the country's workforce involved in this sector. And the most common food crops in Tanzania, maize, wheat, rice, sweet potatoes, bananas, beans, sorghum, and sugarcane. And the cash crops are coffee, cotton, cashew nuts, tobacco, tea, sisal, and others. Now, investment opportunities in this area, including especially in agro-processing industries, in value addition. And so that to improve the quality and the standard of the products. These are the following key areas which, as a country, on agriculture sector, we really need investment, includes in the fruits and vegetable processing. We produce lots of fruits, we produce lots of vegetables, but most of them, they are not processing, they're just being sold in its raw form. And some of them, they just get wasted because it's not easy to keep them for a long time. So we need investment in this area for value addition. And these are mangoes, oranges, pineapples, passion fruits, bananas, avocados, papayas, jackfruits, peaches, sugar, guavas, and grapes. And the main vegetable includes tomatoes, okras, and chilies. And as we know, India are one of the best consumers of these products. Tanzania production annually for these products is almost 2.75 million tons of fruits and vegetables, but only 4% is being processed. So you can see the huge gap there. There's also significant potential for provision of heavy equipment for commercial farming as well, and processing of fruits and vegetables for domestic as well as export market. On the cashew nut processing, Tanzania is one of the country which produce lots of cashew, as you call it, kaju, here in India. But we process, we export it in raw form, so we need also processing in this sector as well. And the production for cashew nut in Tanzania has risen to, the production of cashew nuts in Tanzania per annum is 120,000 tons. And however, only 10% of the cashew nuts produced within the country are processed in Tanzania. So we have very few industries for processing cashew nuts, and this is one of the areas which we encourage lots of investment to be done there. We also have the opportunities as well, apart from investment in fresh industry, in this sector of cashew nuts. We have the old industries which needs rehabilitation and establishing for medium-scale processing plants. Another area is oil seeds. Tanzania still imports lots of edible oil, but we have big arable land which we can use for planting oil seeds, and production of them can be done in Tanzania. We need investment investment for industries for processing of oil, and the common oil seeds produced includes sunflower. Sunflower is mainly grown in most of the regions in Tanzania, sesame, groundnuts, palm oils, coconut oil, and so forth. Another area in agriculture, we have textile and apparel. Tanzania produces abundant cotton, for only 20% is locally processed. The sector has great investment potential in establishing fully integrated textile mills, as well as plants for cotton ginning, yarn fabric production, spinning, weaving, and printing, and cut and make it trim units. With a high level of unemployment and high availability of raw materials, there's a great potential for establishing clothing factories that can produce garments for domestic and export market. In the leather sector, Tanzania ranked the second in Africa, as we've seen in the video there, with a large livestock population of about 33.4 million cattle, 21.29 million goats, and 5.65 million sheep. And the country is having a potential of producing more than 3.1 million hides, 2.8 million goat skins, and 550,000 sheep skins annually. A large portion is exported raw, and only 10% is processed. So in this area also, we have investment potential in the area. And the investment opportunities in the leather sector, including the establishment of modern abattoirs, tanneries, and leather finishing production units. There's also a high demand of leather goods, accessories, industries, including soles for shoes, buckles, and etc. Meat and dairy sector, given the large livestock population, the country is ideal for meat processing, packaging, and processing of dairy products. Investment opportunities, including establishment of meat processing plants, dairy products, processing plants, and cattle ranches. That was about agriculture sector. We have also a priority sector, which is mainly pharmaceutical and medical equipment. In Tanzania, we use almost annually $1 billion for foreign currency on pharmaceutical and medical equipment. We have a potential market for local population of about 60 million. The EAC market, East African Community Market, population of about 160 million. We have SADC, population market of about 3,000,027. And in this area, we have opportunities in establishment of pharmaceutical and medical equipment plants as well. On agriculture, sorry, I forgot one aspect of sugarcane. Sugarcane is a very demanding product in Tanzania, and current production is around 320,000 tons per annum. We have more than 300,000 tons of sugar deficit in Tanzania. And we have suitable soil and topography. We have high increase in demand relative to supply capacity. And the opportunities there are there for establishment of sugar production factories and establishment of sugarcane plantations and sugarcane processing plants. On fishing and aquaculture, we have freshwater coverage of 50,000 square kilometers of surface area, which includes the lakes, Lake Victoria, the largest lake in Africa, Lake Tanganyika, the second deepest lake in the world and the second largest in Africa. We have the territorial sea of 64,000 square kilometers and the exclusive economic zone of 223 square kilometers, and the coastal line of around 1,424 kilometers along the Indian Ocean. We have the opportunities for fishing ports and fishing in the special economic zone. We have the fish processing factories, potential for investment there, and fishing boats, building yards. We have the potential for commercial fish farms in marine and freshwater areas. We've got tourism sector as well, which is one of the key potential area as well. And we've got so many potentials in tourism sector. We've got, just to mention a few, I've just tried to summarize. There's a lot of it, but I'll just mention a few. We have 22 national parks, 1 conservation area, 32 game reserves, 44 game controlled areas, 4 wetland sites, 33 wildlife management areas, 6 nature reserves, and we've got tourism icons like Kilimanjaro Mountain, which is 5,895 meters high, and it's a freestanding mountain in the world and the highest in Africa. We've got Ngorongoro Crater, which is among the World Heritage Sites, and we've got Serengeti National Park with animal migration, the leading national park in Africa, for 2019, 2020, and 2021. In this sector of tourism, we've got tourist investment into tourist hotels, lodges, tented camps. We've got beach tourism, cultural and historical sites. We've got leisure parks, conference tourism, facilities, air and ground transport, tour operations, and trophy hunting. And just to give you the sense of it on tourism sector, our president, Her Excellency Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan, she's the female president, the first female president in Tanzania and in East Africa, and the current female president in Africa. She has taken tourism as part of her baby. When I say her baby, I mean one of her dearest projects at heart. And she has undertaken a step to participate in the making of a documentary film specifically for promotion of tourism attraction in Tanzania. And this film was launched in New York on the 14th of April this year. And we've started seeing the fruits of this film. There's an increase in tourism, in the arrival of tourists in Tanzania, and we expect more and more to increase. On having said, I'll just wind up with just one sector of infrastructure and network. Since the current president has taken power, she has been focusing on improving the business, trade, and investment environment in Tanzania, so that people in the world can know Tanzania. And also she has been moving around to place the Tanzania on the map of the world and strengthening the international relationship between Tanzania and other parts of the world. And one of the major achievements under her leadership, Tanzania has been able to develop on the infrastructure network. She's trying so hard just to make sure the country is connected well. This is one of the potential area for investment and business, because the country needs connectivity and so that the business can flourish as well. And with this one, the government is undertaking a huge project of building a hydroelectric dam, which will provide around 2,115 megawatts and is expected to be completed in 2022. The government has also managed to construct a standard gauge railway it's a project for 1,219 kilometers from Dar es Salaam to Mwanza. This is still under construction, but it's about, I think, over 60% of its completion. And opportunities in this area, we have the power generation, we have the inland container depot, extended railway lines. We have the port construction, rail, airport, rehabilitation projects in PPP mode. I think for the interest of time for today, I'll just say that I'll just end up there. But before I leave, I would just want to point that Tanzania and India have a very good, I would say excellent bilateral relationship, including in the areas of trade as well. And this makes makes India one of the top 5 leading countries which does business in Tanzania and investment in Tanzania. So India is our very dear partner, not only in trade, investment, but also politically, economically, socially as well. And I would also want to underscore that in Tanzania we have a very big community of Indians, and so we feel at home. They are Tanzanian with Indian origin. So this goes to show how close our relationship is between Tanzania and India. I'm also told that we have a community here, the business community, which deals with timber. And as the High Commissioner of Tanzania in India, I would really be very pleased to meet them and talk to them and to see how we can cooperate, and if they have any problems, to see how we can sort them out. And after these few remarks, I'll just need to end up here, but this is not the end of our cooperation. I'm sure we're going to have lots of these avenues so that we can talk more and explore more on the possibilities of collaboration between our 2 countries. Having said that, thank you so much, and I wish you a great evening.
Thank you, Your Excellency. India and Indonesia have set an ambitious $50 billion target for bilateral trade over the next 5 years. Currently, the figure stands at $20 billion. Nagpur showcases a huge potential for trade with Indonesia. I now invite His Excellency Mr. Agus Saptono, Consul General of Indonesia in Mumbai, for his vision of India-Indonesia trade relations.
Namaste. Very good afternoon. All the respected dignitaries on the dais, dear Mr. Manfred Singh, Honorable President Indian Chamber of International Business, Honorable Mr. B.C. Bhattacharya, National President Confederation of All Indian Traders, His Excellency Mr. Claudio Ansorena Montero, Ambassador of Republic of Costa Rica, Her Excellency Mrs. Anissa Kavutri Mbega, High Commissioner, the United Republic of Tanzania, Honorable Mrs. Tahina Rosamulina, Charge d'Affaires of the Republic of Madagascar, official and members of Government of Maharashtra, India, official members of ICIB and business leader, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, namaste, selamat siang, and very good afternoon to you all. To begin with, allow me to take this opportunity to extend my felicitation to you all with our warm greetings. Today, it is a great honor for myself and for Consulate General of the Republic of Indonesia in Mumbai to be amongst you all at this very important interactive meeting, MSMEs Going Global, organized by ICIB. Therefore, I wish to extend my congratulations to Honorable President and the Managing Committee official of ICIB for the success of today's event, along with our best wishes that today's event could not only maintain closer relations between our 2 friendly countries, but will also help to construct a long-term mutual benefit for business relation, especially in the trade and investment and also tourism sector. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is undoubtedly true that recently the pandemic COVID-19 had already created detrimental effect in every single scope of activity throughout the world. The pandemic has affected detrimentally in multifaceted sectors such as economic-wise, industrial activity, and the weakening people purchasing power. In addition, the rise of intention in the current global affairs had led to the multifaceted effects, such as disruption on the global supply chain. However, the onset of positive vibe was also inspired many peoples in the world due to this pandemic and global dynamic change. The spirit of togetherness, spirit of sharing in humanity to recover stronger, recover together, as well as the rise of digital technology were part of the positive vibe that led to the communal recovery effort. The recovery of many industries and other economic stakeholders is a mandate that should be catered through collaborative partnership between our two countries, India and Indonesia. Thus, please allow me to share with you a few slides of presentation over here. So let me start with first about the historical and cultural background. That is important because I would like to explain to you how close India and Indonesia. In 1500 BC, before century, spices route between Indonesia and India already done. Since then, we have connection through spices route, India and Indonesia. After that, in the 7th century, Nalanda University in India and Sriwijaya Kingdom in Sumatra, they have connection. And now we can see in Nalanda University in India the sign about the relationship between Sriwijaya and Nalanda University. In the first 11th century, the Gujarat traders came to Indonesia through Sumatra Island, Aceh and North Sumatra. Economic sectors reached the highest level of diplomatic agreement. So, Indonesia and India already have comprehensive economic partnership agreement since 2018. Two leaders, Prime Minister Modi and President Jokowi, already signed, and that is the highest level of the diplomatic relation. So, in this regard, Indonesia and India also agreed to have target $50 billion in 2025 for trade volume. Now, like already mentioned by moderator, since I think 2021, we already get $21 billion. That is the latest update in the end of 2021. Even, amidst pandemic COVID-19, we have very good increasing of the trade volume between two countries. And also, Indonesian economic growth now increased 4.5% in 2021 and projected increase by 5% in 2022. Indonesian economic projection, by 2030, 50% of total population are productive working age or under 30. That is demographic bonus. I think India also the same. Indonesia will become the third largest economy in Asia. Indonesia also will become the fourth largest economy in the world after China, India, and US. That is IMF and World Bank data in 2050. So, it is trajectory that Indonesia and India will become the world fifth economist in 2050, where Indonesia will take place in the fourth rank after US and India, will take place in the second rank after China. In 2022, this year, Indonesia holds the presidency of G20. In India, next year, 2023, will host the next presidency of G20. So, we are very close. This year, we still under Indonesian presidency. Next year, India will become. And what is the focus of Indonesian G20 presidency? We have three main focus. Area of global health architecture, digital transformation, green energy transition. So, when we see these three areas also, India is very strong. So that's why as a Consul General, I have very active and very, I met with many people, businessmen in Mumbai and the other states in south of India. That's why I'm now here also. I met with some businessmen here, and we are welcome also. We are in Mumbai, it's quite close, so we are ready to talk with you with the future trade or investment or tourism issues. So now I would like to come to India and Indonesia trade performance. So total trade, like I already mentioned to you, 20.95 billion in 2021, increased around 48.02%. Compared with 2020 is only 14.1 billion. Indonesia and India are not competitors. That is very important when we talking about the trade. We are not competitors, but more likely in fulfilling or completing each other's needs through export and import. Why I can say like this? Just one example. In the issue of spices, Indonesia is the second largest exporter of spices to India. The first, of course, Vietnam the first, Indonesia the second. So we are export which India don't have or not so much. For example, we have very good cloth. Maybe some of you which trading with spices, you know Lal Pari cloth. That is from Indonesia, the red cloth. After that, we have pepper, black pepper, white pepper. So we export to India. But we import like red chili, onion, we import from India. Groundnuts, we import from India. So that is, such can I mention to you, complementary. For textile, India is very big producer textile. But Indonesia also, we have very big industry of textile. We are import cotton from India, but we export polyester to India. And we also import machinery of textile from India. So this is such kind of complementary. So if you ask about what kind of commodity, main commodity between two countries. First, of course, palm oil. We are the biggest exporter of palm oil. Second, coal. We are the biggest exporter of coal to India. After that, we also export rubber, iron, steel, spices, and so on. How about import? Indonesia import from India. Yes, we are now the biggest importer of raw sugar. We import, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we are the first largest importer of raw sugar from India. We also now import rice, we import groundnuts from India, we import bovine meat, and etc. so on. And also, I think, this is most importantly, and I think this is the most highs are growing during COVID. We import pharmaceutical product, bulky drugs from India. During COVID, it's increasing. Now I'm talking about inbound and outbound investment. So Indonesia now try to shifting paradigm, mindset, investment in investment strategy. Before we try to invite Indian businessmen to invest in Indonesia. Yes, now we have quite a big number of Indian businessmen in Indonesia. We have also more than 20,000 Indian origin live in Medan and Aceh. We have many Indian community also in Jakarta, in Surabaya, and also Bali. So, the company of India, from the small company and the big company, tycoon company, we have in Indonesia now. Just mention Tata, Reliance, Tata, Adani, Aditya Birla, and etc. They have already invested in Indonesia. However, we also encourage Indonesian businessmen to invest in India. So far, it's not so big like Indian companies. We have 10 companies already invest in India. Around 10 companies, three companies in food processing product in Hyderabad, in Bangalore, and Chennai. That is the biggest industry, food industry of Indonesia already exists in India. Maybe I don't know, you maybe know candy, Kopiko candy. Kopiko candy is made in Indonesia, from Indonesia. Malkis also. And the brand ambassador is actor of Amitabh Bachchan and also Ali Abad as a brand ambassador for this two product. And after that, we have a Java confit. Java confit is poultry seed. Before they are only in one state, in Maharashtra, in Pune, but now already spread out in 5 states, become bigger and bigger. We have also in outbound investment from Indonesia for IT, for startup. They already invest in Bangalore. The first dekakon of Indonesia, we call Gojek, they invest in Bangalore with the 1,000 young Indian employee in Bangalore for product development. Also, unicorn of Indonesia is Traveloka, they have invest also. So, that is Indonesian outbound investment. So we try make a balance, not only encourage people to come to Indonesia, but we ask them, please come to Indonesia. Why? Let's see, I mentioned to you like Garuda Food and also Mayora already invest in Hyderabad and Bangalore. They invest in India for they understand if they would like to enter Indian market, they should come to India. And now they get the market. The market is become day by day become bigger and bigger because they are invested in India. So that's why for the food production is very important if they come to India. You know, Indian population 1.4 billion, very huge market. So even only 10%, 5% is very huge market. Now I'm coming to the issue of emerging sector. I'm already mentioned to you, health sector, medicine, one of our focus in G20. However, before we are host G20 presidency, we also encourage for health sector. So far, Indonesia import 90 until 95% of APIs from India, such as Remdesivir, Favipiravir, Molnupiravir, etc., and other product of the medicine. But now we step by step, we try to encourage them to invest in Indonesia. Of course, we still maintain for the trading, for the commercial, but we hope some Indian companies, they invest for bulky drugs of API. We are welcome, and of course, many incentive for them. Digital innovation, yes, we also, like I mentioned to you, we have already invested in India, but not like India, with the startup India, in the 6th year, your startup is growing very good. And even now you have 80, around 80, if I'm not mistaken, around 80 unicorn and 40 decacorn. In Indonesia, we still have 30 unicorn and 1 decacorn. But that is already good. We have also incubator and new startup company. The government also encouraged them. And now I'm working with some Indian companies, Indian startup companies, to have cooperation. So if in Nagpur, any startup company or IT company, we are welcome also to connect you with Indonesian startup company. And in this transition, we also develop now solar panel with power and also others renewable energy. And we are welcome also if any from Nagpur would like to come to Indonesia for energy. Of course, textile, I already mentioned to you, we are also the biggest. So, that is the main issue. Now, I would like to inform to you, of course, some of you will ask to me, what kind of incentive if we would like to invest in Indonesia? For around 18 sector, we will give special incentive, tax holiday, 5 and 20 years of tax exemption, plus 2 years of tax reduction. That is, we will give for the main sector. Of course, like I mentioned to you, energy, digital, pharmacy, that is the main sector we will give incentive. But of course, the others, because we have 18 sector of the incentive, that is the sector which we will give you incentive. Before we conclude, I think it's not complete if I'm not talking about the tourism. You know, Indonesia, especially Bali, I think it's almost Indian people know Bali. But since COVID, we are closed. Now we are already open again. Bali, Indonesia already open for tourism, no quarantine, no PCR, and also visa on arrival. We are also open also for Indian tourism for visa on arrival. So that is the good news. And also now we open for another 5 beyond Bali. That is the 5 beyond Bali, you know, Borobudur Temple, that is the biggest Buddhism temple in the world. After that, Komodo Dragon in Nambra. That is the largest Komodo dragon in the world. I think more than 3 meters. And the longest. That is Mandalika for the GP, MotoGP, they have that. And also for the tourism. And also Riksi Kupang. And another one is Toba Lake. That is the new beyond Bali. Of course, Bali is our first target, but we try also to introduce beyond Bali. So, before conclude, I think I would like to inform to you, we would like to invite you to come to Indonesia in October 19 and 23rd October for Trade Expo, Indonesian Trade Expo. So, last year, we have online Trade Expo. It's, I think, Indian number 4th largest for the trade transaction and the 1st largest for visitors in Trade Expo. 450 Indian traders come. Therefore, online. 2 years before, for hybrid, it's around 300 people coming. When offline 3 years ago, around 200 people coming from India. Hopefully, this year from Nagpur, from ICIB can bring delegation also to Indonesia for Trade Expo. We are invite all of you to join with Trade Expo. You can find all of Indian product there. Okay? Of course, after Trade Expo, you can just 1 2 days go to Bali to see Bali, beautiful Bali. And I think it's not complete. I have not mentioned our Indonesian capital will move from Jakarta to East Kalimantan. Why? Jakarta will become capital of business. Jakarta. So the capital of government of administrative will move to East Kalimantan, and that is opportunity for businessmen if you are interested with the infrastructure project. Now we build under progress for smart capital of Indonesia in East Kalimantan. We call IKN. So please, if you are interested also, we are welcome. That is under progress for the new capital. In 2024, we will start for the new capital. Thank you very much for your attention. And now I will show you a short video about Bali. I think it's important for me to show you New Bali. Please, you can see about New Bali.
Thank you, Excellency Saptaro. This is something that I want to highlight a little more on. I would like to inform everybody that, like we work with a lot of countries, we are present in 12 states in India and 42 countries across the globe. So that is the strength of ICIB that we have got here today on this forum for all of you. So what does it do? Well, with respect to Indonesia, with Excellency, with your permission, we have in the last few months during the pandemic from our members routed $50 million worth of investment into Indonesia. SME company. So that is the power of what all of you have. So that is what you have to realize. And $50 million, $100 million सुनने में बहुत अच्छा लगता है, but when you convert it to rupees, it is hardly few crores. I know many companies that have reduced their capacities here. लॉक स्टॉक बैरल फैक्ट्रियां यहां से बंद मशीनें शिफ्ट करके दूसरी फैक्ट्री कंट्री में डाली, treated that as FDI in their country, got work there, successfully running. यहाँ पे 2 मशीनें, उधर 8 मशीनें हैं, and taken benefits from those governments also. जैसे यहाँ सब्सिडी मिलती है वैसे वहाँ पे भी सब्सिडी मिलती है. So that is the kind of strength that you should cash upon and use. Excellencies who are sitting here for getting the benefits from their countries also when you are thinking of manufacturing. Like we have schemes, they also have schemes. They are more than welcome to have you in their countries, let it be Africa, America, any country possible. They are here today for you. We have, we have a nice placard outside. We call them selfie points nowadays. So these excellencies will be available to interact with you there, to exchange your cards, to answer your questions one-on-one. You are here to meet them today. That is what we want you to do. Not only listen, but also interact. The moment these sessions are over, you will get a lot of time to interact with these people outside. And they have come here for you. आप ही के लिए आए हैं, आप ही के लिए हमने बुलाया है. And this is something that I wanted to tell all of you. So with this, good morning. Yes, you're awake. Moving on with today's session, we have a lovely country next, which is Madagascar. The relations between Madagascar and Western India started way back in the 18th century, which is really long ago. And regular trade dates back to the early 19th century. And interstate relations between India and Madagascar started in 1954. And it has only grown henceforth. I now invite Her Excellency Mrs. Tahina Ramulena, Charge d'Affaires, Embassy of Madagascar in India, for her special address. Welcome, Excellency.
Mr. Manpreet Singh, Executive President, India Chamber of International Business. Mr. P.C. Bhatia, National President, Confederation of All India Traders, Mr. Rajan Thaukar, Vice President, India Chamber of International Business, Excellencies, distinguished guests, dear friends, Namaskar. I am pleased to join you today at this MSME Going Global event held in Nagpur, Maharashtra. So first of all, I would like to begin by expressing my sincere thanks to India Chamber of International Business for the invitation extended to the Embassy of Madagascar in New Delhi. Dear friends, the world is a global village indeed, and as it has been said earlier, as far as India and Madagascar are concerned, it has always been so, and business and commerce have played a central role. Mr. Manpreet Singh mentioned about our relations in the 18th centuries. In Madagascar, when we say, at that time, in our collective memory, when we say India, people think about textile. We even say, when we want to be elegant, we wear Indian shawl, we say lambasandin. When we want to be beautiful, we wear Indian jewelries. That is for collective memory. There is also the Indian food. And now we are in the 20th century, and we are resolved to take this global village to higher level. And in that, micro, small, and medium enterprises have a place in it. And I'm happy to share with you today that MSMEs are welcome in Madagascar. And I am here today to invite all Indian actors in this sector to Madagascar, because it is a place to thrive. I'll begin by a brief presentation of Madagascar for those who are new. We are an island in the Indian Ocean. We are 587 square kilometers. The official language is Malagasy and French, but gradually we are open to the Anglophone world. So many young Malagasy are speaking in English. The time zone is GMT +3. We export textiles, mining products, fisheries, cash crops. And I would like to take you to Madagascar with this short video. Please.
Invest in Madagascar, an island with a promising economy, blessed by unique natural beauty. Take advantage of the preferential tax export to the US, the European Union, and the member states of SADC and CAIT. Work with people who have a unique sense of hospitality. Benefit from skilled workers and competitive production costs at the crossroads of Asia and Africa. Madagascar is the world-leading producer of vanilla and sapphires. It is also a #1 exporter of textiles to Europe in sub-Saharan Africa, and the only caviar-producing country in Africa. The island continent has room for growth and offers many investment opportunities. The Big Island has an immense potential for food production thanks to favorable soil and perfect climate for many crops. Madagascar is leading the organic food production with more than 327 certified companies more than 22,000 producers and 150,000 hectares certified as an organic land. Madagascar registered 110 million euros of sales revenue in 2019. Agribusiness export opportunities include processing of 1,000 tons of fruits and vegetables which are left unexploited, production of essential oils based on aromatic and medicinal plants which are in demand on the market. Madagascar is the leading exporter of textile products in sub-Saharan Africa to Europe. It has a modern industry of more than 200,000 skilled and experienced workers which allow to manufacture high-quality textile products at competitive prices. Exports from Madagascar have generated more than $400 million in the past 3 years. It will exceed $160 million in 2019 to the US alone and more than $230 million for the European Union. Thanks to AGOA and generalized system of preferences which exempt the Malagasy products from customs duty, join the leading brands in clothing which produce and get supply in Madagascar to benefit from a global market of $300 billion in sportswear and $170 billion in children's wear. With one of the fastest broadband internet connection in Africa, the Malagasy ICT sector is now booming, with an annual increase of more than 44% from 2017 to 2019. Benefit from an affordable investment cost thanks to the exemption from custom duties and taxes for 2 years. Modern infrastructures available in several cities of Madagascar and young and skilled workers who are fluent both in French and English at a competitive cost. In Madagascar, less than 15% of the population has access to electricity. The Malagasy government is committed to increasing connectivity rate from 15 to 70% no later than 2030 by means of renewable energies, which account 85% of energy mix. Opportunities wait for you to invest in the management of the mini-grid, in the construction of hydroelectronic power stations, solar power plants, wind turbines, invest in rural electrification, a market of $92 million in mini-grid to connect 131,000 households by 2030, of which 91% in renewable energies. Madagascar has unmatched natural assets. Its rich biodiversity, of which 90% is endemic. Its breathtaking landscapes led it to be chosen as best green destination of the Indian Ocean in 2019. And its unique culture, which mixes Asia and Africa, draw an additional 20% of visitors every year to reach the objective of 500,000 tourists in 2023. Madagascar is the leading destination for your investments in business tourism, luxury ecotourism, seaside tourism, or adventure tourism, with over 20,000 rooms to be built before 2023. To reach its goal, the Malagasy government has identified and profiled 25 investment sites which consist of islands, beaches, and unique national parks across the country. These are excellent sites for the development of hotel complexes and different tourist activities. The government also improves Madagascar's connectivity and access to tourist sites by extending ports for cruise ships, international airports, and by increasing the number of airlines. The Red Island is an upcoming resource for industrial mining. Madagascar has a huge deposit of nickel, copper, lithium, and vanadium available to serve the global demand of batteries and electronics. Additionally, the country is rich in high-valued gems such as ruby, emerald, and sapphires waiting to be discovered. In Madagascar, join a business-friendly community and benefit from incentives which ensure 0% tax for up to 15 years, as well as preferential incentives for investments exceeding $17 million. The government is supporting the private sector by putting in place an advantageous legal framework and reforms facilitating investments which benefit both small and medium businesses as well as large investments. International airports, seaports and road infrastructure improvement as well as special economic zone projects are ongoing across the country, paving the way for sustainable economic development. Invest in Madagascar, the strategic hub for the business. Simplifying business.
Thank you. So, to keep it short, my message today is come to Madagascar. The government has taken measures to make investors comfortable, to simplify procedures. We have one-stop office for all papers. Do come to Madagascar. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll definitely come to Madagascar soon, ma'am. Thank you very much. The trade volume between India and Nigeria is $14 billion and is stated to grow further. India is the largest trading partner of Nigeria, and Nigeria is India's largest trading partner in Africa. Estimates suggest that nearly $20 billion is invested in Nigeria by Indian companies. Major sectors of interest are ICT, fintech, oil and gas, mining, and textile. I now call upon Mr. Hoshfall Jacob Atanu, Head of Industry, Trade and Investment, High Commission of Nigeria and India, for more information on Nigeria.
Namaskar, Nagpur. I'm so happy to stand here, and I will thank the organizers for the warm reception since we arrived with my colleague here. I say thank you, organizers. Allow me to also thank the representative because I've been given a marching order to round off everything maybe in 1 second. So I was laughing with him. The Indian Chamber of International Business, you are representative here. The Confederation of All India Traders, Symbiosis University, International University, representative of the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise here present, and the representative of the Directorate General of Foreign Trade. I will also insist to thank Mr. Rajan Thakur for his tirelessness in coordinating. I know we've been on phone and ensuring that everything moves smoothly to this time. Thank you very much for the invitation. I have a very quick regret to present here. My High Commissioner who is invited is not available. He's also having a serious assignment. Of course, you know how representatives are, other serious assignments somewhere. And he graciously said, we should represent, myself and my colleagues should represent him because of the importance of this program. And so he's unavoidably absent here. This warm regrets to everyone and to the organizers. However, he assigned me, I handle trade and investment in the office, and that is a privilege I have to be assigned to handle this time. I want to assure you, MC have said it all. I come to bring Nigeria to you. That is all here I come to do, giving you assurance of your business investment in Nigeria. That is all I have. You know, what the MC read out is not fictional, it's physical. After the federal government of Nigeria that's supposed to give employment, which it does, the next employer of labor in Nigeria are Indian companies. You can think about that. That's a very serious matter. About 160-something Indian companies resident in Nigeria. They are into every sector of Nigerians' economy, growing the economy for Nigeria. And of course, you should know the level of mutuality. While you grow our economy, you also enriching your purses and growing up your economy over here. And I think if you want to look at diaspora's income from Africa into India, the volume of such income from Nigeria could be so overwhelming. This is the assurance. The comfort reserved for Indian companies, certain things you are waived off for the operations successfully. And I have to shock you here with a laughter, but very seriously. There are some Indians, if you go to Nigeria and say, come back to India, they will cry for you. So this is the level of acceptability and the warmth Nigeria provides for Indian companies. Now, micro, small, and medium-scale businesses grows economy, and that is the bedrock of every economy. We know about the giants, economies, enterprises, and companies, and so on and so forth. But the bedrock is the small-scale businesses. Nigeria opens door for no matter how minute your business is. You have a very acceptable environment to establish it. Very acceptable environment. We are into agriculture, very arable land, which you put your crop, it grows without fertilizer. Now, you think about agriculture more so, the value addition in agriculture. Now, juice, orange juice, common orange juice, I say common. You set up your business, just orange juice extraction in Nigeria. A population of 200 million persons in Nigeria, orange juice. I'm emphasizing and underlining it because I know I have been in India for some times. I have gone to industrial areas and I've seen your level of capability in producing machinery. Just take one machine to Nigeria to produce common orange juice, you are a billionaire. Assuming you wish to venture more, just onions, just tomatoes, you do pastry for it, paste for it. Take a machine to Nigeria, fix yourself in that alone. You're a billionaire already. 200 million persons looking for orange juice to do parties, pineapple juice to do parties, and so on and so forth. You know, a tin of tomatoes to do their stews and cookeries and so on and so forth. You're already a big man. And so what we are underscoring here is that no matter your scale of business, Nigeria accommodates. If you are a multi-billionaire company, if you are just a few thousand company, Nigeria accommodates you. And when you go there, you will come back with laughter. We had a program where we are speaking, and then the director of Skipper produces what we call fast food in Nigeria. He said he established in Nigeria and other West African countries, but he decided to make his base in Nigeria. Skipper is a household name in Nigeria. For example, Skipper, household name in Nigeria. So brothers and sisters, Going to Nigeria, there is no complicity in it. You just come to the High Commission. And for us to tailor well the business relationship very effectively and well coordinated, recently we have launched what we call, a platform we call the Nigeria-India Business Council that is in charge of that. And Indians are well represented even at the highest level of the staffing of the council. So this council coordinates. You just walk in, come with a business proposal, and you just sit down, everything is done for you. Even in Nigeria, we have a one-stop business processing center, a one-stop investment center within our Nigeria Investment Promotion Council. You just go to Nigeria and you sit down in that office, everything is done for you. That within 1 week, you can register a business. When you have credible documents, within 1 week, you register a business, you can start your operation. Now, talking about operation, let me smartly, because of time, move to what you gain, what are the incentives in Nigeria, in a very nutshell. Of course, you know Nigeria is a democratic country, very resilient. And you know what democracy is. We practice democracy at the highest level you think of, in terms of liberalization, in terms of your freedom, and in defense of your freedom, even including defending your business. I mentioned already the one-stop investment center, which is just very easy. You sit down and everything is done for you with a phone call, maybe a little bit of walking down to sign some document. With an assurance that within 1 week, you have gotten your business established, and maybe the next week you run your business. Of course, our economy is liberalized. We are democratic, even of the economy liberalized. The banking system in Nigeria, is very easy. Of course, when you take your money to Nigeria, you can take back your money. There is no constraint on how much you take back. You take your money back, you take your profits back. We have very attractive and negotiable packages for investors. The room is open for you to negotiate. And that is not a stress for you. You sit down and negotiate issues. Telecommunication is available for you to make your phone call. And of course, Indian companies are there also within the telecommunication industry, sector. I can keep on naming and naming. Now, if you go to the agricultural sector, which is a critical sector in Nigerian economy now, because we want to diversify, I didn't mention to you that Nigerian economy is just mono. We deal on mono-cultural, mono-economic system, but we are diversifying, the present government diversifying into agriculture. And so also there is that package of incentive also placed for that. Now, if you are in agriculture, your agro-allied plant and equipment enjoy enhanced capital allowance up to 50%. So many things. I may not waste the time to list it here because of time, but when you have the chance, you just come to the High Commission, Nigeria High Commission in Delhi. We can do the coordination for you. And I believe also some of you have gotten some contacts in Nigeria. Just make your phone call to Nigeria. Whatever contact you have will facilitate you go to Nigeria and you establish, we are interested. Establish your business. I'm trying to say it very simply because it's as simple as that. There is no constraint. You can call your brothers and sisters and the Indians who are in Nigeria and say, what is the business climate? They will tell you in simple terms that it's quite easy to do business in Nigeria. 160-something companies, you can think out easy. And I have painted a picture where somebody in India, an Indian in Nigeria will never want to come back here. because he's making his money per second through his business. Now, very smartly, let me just list a little bit of what you need to go there to do. Yeah. You have to go to Nigeria. The oil sector is quite open for you. Oil and gas sector is quite open. That is for the multi-million rupees companies. You go to there, we need refinery, you do value addition, the petrochemical side, you refine and then you do the value addition. So you can go there. We have enough of oil, we have enough of gas. I don't want to go into that because the issue of the case of Nigeria is quite open. But this time around, we come to tell you this is what we are and the ease with which you can go back there, go there to do business. So oil and gas is there, transportation, power, mining. We have close to 40 solid mineral. I know, I've been told to quicken time. You don't treat me with that. I know what I'm doing, you know. However, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not speaking this to gladden your heart, but I'm telling you the reality, the ease with which you do business. Nearly every sector you think of, Nigeria is open for it. Nearly every sector, the power, distribution, transmission, generation, and so on and so forth. Transportation is safe, telecommunications, export, buying and sellings. Just name it. Could I just appoint someone to just mention? I'll be telling you, yes, it is possible. Thank you very much, my organizers, and thank you for my listening audience. And I charge every one of us, pick up your portfolio and go to Nigeria. We are expecting you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellency. And very sorry about the timing issues, but being the organizer, I think that is one baton that we have to hit on our own heads. So very sorry about that. That being said, I think all of us must have eaten Nigerian chocolates and Nigerian coffee in one way or the other without knowing that it is from Nigeria. That being said, Nigeria is one of the largest export markets in Africa for Indian products. I'll give an example. So, I have the liberty. Being the organizer, I can take 2 minutes extra. I met a person in Pune. He was making deep freezers. So, what do you do? Export, where? Africa, which country? Nigeria. How many? 70 to 80 containers per month. Arre, 70-80 container deep freezer? Africa, Nigeria. Where in Nigeria? Interiors. अरे लाइट तो होती नहीं है डीप फ्रीजर का क्या करोगे? So then your mind starts working. So what is the story behind that? So then you ask this person, boss, that is my trade secret. अरे trade secret means what? So मतलब 50 containers of deep freezers मतलब क्या यार? बिजली है नहीं freezer का क्या कर रहे हो? So surprising part was, then finally he told me, because he realized I'm not a competitor, and bhai ye to juta chappal wala hai, so that's fine. They are using it like cupboards. And insulation not for the cold, but for the heat and wild animals, because they cannot penetrate these very easily because of the insulation and metal cladding and all that. So जुगाड़ वहाँ नहीं चलता है, यहाँ भी चलता है. That being said, I asked him, boss, लकड़ी की कबर्ड और मेटल की गोदरेज की कबर्ड सस्ती पड़ती है. So he is like, no, it is very easy to penetrate a 2 millimeter patra rather than a 2-inch thick insulation. So that is how ingenious we Indians are. Where जहाँ पे बिजली नहीं है, हम deep freezer बेच के आ जाते हैं. So that is what we are capable of. With this, I would like to hand over back to Rajan.
Now I would like to call upon Dr. Mr. Jai Prakash Paliwal ji, Director, Symbiosis International University, to address the crowd.
Thank you, Mr. Rajan. To start with, Her Excellency Mrs. Anisa Mbega, Her Excellency Mrs. Tahina Rosemolena, His Excellency Mr. Claudia Montero, His Excellency Mr. August Saptono, His Excellency Mr. Horsfall Atanu, respected Director MSME Mr. P.M. Parlewar Sir, respected Dr. Saram Vasireddy Sir, Development Commissioner Mihan, President ICIB Rotarian Mr. Manpreet Singh, National President CAIT Shri B.C. Bhartiya ji, ZM Bank of Maharashtra Mr. Vaibhav Kaye. I wish a warm welcome to all the dignitaries on the dais. I extend my greetings to the eminent representatives from business community and academia present here. A very warm, I should say now, almost a good evening. On behalf of Symbiosis International University and its constituent SCMS Nagpur, it's an honor to host this program, MSME Going Global at Nagpur. Symbiosis is a family of academicians imparting quality education for over 50 years now, and we have just entered our 51st year. Symbiosis is a host to 40,000 Indian and international students on campus. Symbiosis offers educational programs in management, law, medical, sports, media, culinary art, and engineering. All Symbiosis campuses, including the one we all have gathered here, epitomize the Symbiosis vision promoting international understanding through quality education. Currently, Symbiosis swans international students from more than 85 countries all across the globe. International students studying at SIU get to know the Indian culture and hospitality. The August gathering, I'm happy to inform that at one end we offer education to 85 different countries, and at the other end, the students studying at Symbiosis get to pursue education in eminent foreign universities where they undergo global immersion program, also known as student exchange program. Students who are academically performing good are provided with scholarships. I take this opportunity to extend our commitment to ICIB and CAIT to offer support to the business community by way of organizing workshops, seminars on developing international trade. We will be happy to take an assignment from the countries on organizing business development programs on international trade and doing business in India. I am delighted to inform all the eminent members that SIU has been ranked globally by different organizations, QS World University ranking as 11th in India and one of the top 2 private institutions in India offering business and management programs. SIU ranked amongst top 10 institutions in Atal ranking of institutions for innovation achievement. Why I am informing this to the August gathering here? I would want all of you and the ambassadors take this message from here that we not only offer academic programs, but we offer internationally academic accepted and qualified programs. I would like to bring to the attention of the business community that students at SCMS Nagpur undergo internships after their 4th semester and have taken projects as a part of experiential learning. We are already associated with the local bodies, industry organizations to offer these kind of experiences. I hold a strong belief until the industry, the policymakers and the academia come together, we will be able to see skilled India and shining India. Under our Skill Development Center, we offer skill trainings to the underprivileged society. We offer short-term training programs to industry workers, and we thankfully undertake skilling projects from government and NGOs.
We look forward to collaborate with you and deliver the expected outcomes in the interest of industry-academia relationship. Being a person born and brought up at Nagpur, I respect the change which Symbiosis has brought to the land of Nagpur. Similarly, this event organized by ICIB and CAIT has laid a milestone for developing the international trade. I thank you all for being here and being a part of this change-making event in the history of Nagpur. I wish success to ICIB and CAIT team, and my special thanks to Rotarian Mr. Ranjan Thaukarji. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Paliwalji. With this, I would like to inform everybody there are only 21 presentations remaining. So please have some patience, only 4-5 more hours to go. And I'm just kidding. But on a serious note, we have about 3 more presentations. All of them are very useful to all of you. We have one from Bank of Maharashtra who's going to tell you how they can help the MSME industry. Very short and sweet, crisp. And they will tell you where you can meet them. We have DGFT. We have MSME. They will tell you how you can utilize the government schemes, what DGFT is doing to promote exports from India. That is why we are here. Very quickly. But we also have a company called Archers Global. They are going to tell you how they can give you the money for all these expansions and growths. So, but we'll have a small intervention right now where we're going to be felicitating our guests. And I would like to invite Shri B.C. Bhartiya ji and Rajan Thaukar ji on the dais, please. Meanwhile, I would like to inform on Symbiosis a little ahead. ICIB has been working with a lot of industry academic initiatives. We're working with AICTE since a few years now, the innovation department. We have been working with Atal Innovation Mission, and we have taken a lot of these initiatives taken on that. We have also worked now with the IKS, which is the Indian Knowledge System, which is the traditional knowledge of India, and we are taking it global. We did a pilot project with the Embassy of Dominican Republic, where we introduced and enhanced yoga and Ayurveda in Dominican Republic, and it was very well received. So not only education that can grow in these countries from the Indian side, but also the businesses that are connected to this, let it be Ayurveda, yoga. These are the things that are the business that the world is catching on after the pandemic. People want naturopathy and all these things. These are the sectors you should all focus on. And this is what even the students should focus on a little bit. So these are the things that are going to be the new future. With this, I would like to call upon Shri B.C. Bhartiya ji to felicitate our honorable ambassadors and guests. First of all, I would like to invite His Excellency Mr. Claudio Ansorena Montero, Ambassador of the Republic of Costa Rica. Excellency, please. I think we can come, yes. Paliwalji, if you can just join Bhartiya ji on behalf of Symbiosis. So thank you so much for coming here all the way to Nagpur today from Delhi. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Rajan Thaukar on behalf of ICIB. And Paliwalji on behalf of the Symbiosis Institute. Thank you, Excellency. I would now like to call upon Her Excellency Mrs. Anisa Kafumbika, the High Commissioner of the United Republic of Tanzania. Thank you, Excellency, for being with us here today all the way from Delhi and showcasing Tanzania to us today. I've had the privilege of visiting Tanzania more than 20 years back. I've heard it's changed a lot, but same goes for Nagpur also, I think. Clapping should be little louder, it wakes you up. Clapping is also yoga, by the way. It stimulates your hand cells. Thank you, Excellency. Now I'd like to call upon His Excellency Mr. Agus P. Saptono, Consul General of Republic of Indonesia in Mumbai. Thank you, sir, for being with us here today, all the way from Mumbai. The city of dreams. From the summer capital of Maharashtra to the winter capital. And we need more yoga. Thank you, Excellency. Thank you so much. Now I'd like to call upon Her Excellency, Mrs. Tahina Rasamolina, Charge d'Affaires, the Republic of Madagascar. Welcome, Excellency. Thank you for coming to Nagpur today. Can anybody describe Nagpur in one word here in the audience? One word. Garam, 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 garam. Are you? Thank you, Excellency. Thank you so much for being with us here today. Now I'd like to call upon Mr. Hospal Jacob Atano, Head of Industry, Trade and Investment, High Commission of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you so much for being with us here today. I wish we could listen to more of Nigeria today. You have more chances right outside where people are dying to interact with you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Next up, Dr. Mr. V. Sraman. Thank you so much for supporting us with everything. Dr. Sraman is also the Development Commissioner, SEZ Mihan, and the Additional Director General of Foreign Trade. So thank you for all your support today. Shri Priyam Parlevarji, Director, MSME Development Institute. Thank you for being with us here today, sir. It's a pleasure to have you with us. The MSME Ministry has been supporting industries left, right and center with all the possible support, and especially your office. In case any of the industries have any issues relating to government schemes, support, he's always ready to support. Please do give him a call whenever needed. Even for advice and guidance, he's always ready to support the industry. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I would now like to call upon Shri Vaibhav Kaleji, Zonal Manager, Bank of Maharashtra, the money man. Surprisingly, Bank of Maharashtra has grown phenomenally when it comes to lending to MSMEs. Sir, I think in the last 1 year, they have the highest growth, Bank of Maharashtra, I believe, for MSME lending. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Last but not the least, I would like to call upon Manpreet Singh for giving himself a nice memento for doing the honors. Just kidding. Thank you so much. I now would like to... Getting back on our feet and ourselves back in the chairs, we will now continue today's sessions with lovely presentations like we introduced the Money Man of Maharashtra and the MSME department and the DGFT and the money department. So I request and call upon Dr. V. Smaran, Development Commissioner SEZ Mehan and Additional Director DGFT for his address. Welcome, sir.
Friends, to continue in the jocular vein, our computer was telling us, Singh ji was telling us, I have this big presentation. If you don't mind, I'll like to read out. I'm just joking. I don't want to do that. In fact, I had asked Your Excellencies, I had asked my research team to do a bit of research on each of the countries and then what are the products which are being exported or imported from these countries. So they prepared an exhaustive list, which I would like to present to the Excellencies. First of all, I would like to congratulate ICIB and CAIT and the Institute of Symbiosis for conducting this excellent program, inviting Excellencies from 5 different countries and 3 different continents. It's a phenomenal thing. And I thank the Excellencies for taking their precious time out and then coming to this our central part of the India, Nagpur. Thanks a lot, Excellencies. Briefly, since I've been invited, I'm a bit selfish. I would like to market my own Mihan. I head a special economic zone called Mihan. It's a multimodal international hub for airport Nagpur. It's the area is 1,500 hectares. It's like a mini town by itself. So my request to all of your Excellencies is kindly if any of your units, MSMEs or even medium or large scale units want to set up a unit here, we are there to give land at concession rates. They can set up industry here and then probably procure the local goods and then export back to your countries, or probably make it a hub where your products can come here. It can become a warehouse type of thing where they can be sold in the central part of Nagpur. I also represent the central part of India, 45 districts. As part of my DGFT, I have a double assignment. I'm also part of the Directorate General of Foreign Trade, where we issue licenses, give incentives. So as part of it, I handle these 45 districts, which again is a major part of the country which is not well represented by the MSMEs, because this part of the country is a bit undeveloped. But this is where there's an enormous potential for us to have an interaction. So I would like to conclude my whatever small mini presentation with a request to ICIB and CAIT and to the Excellencies. We shall, my hope is we'll take it forward with buyer-seller meets, because buyer-seller meets are the area where we have given a brief presentation about our own countries and basically the infrastructure in India we have. But buyer-seller meet is the area where actually exporters from your countries and probably the importers here, or likewise the exporters from here and your importers, they can all get together, probably country-wise or all the countries, all the 5 countries you are presenting here, we can all have as per your convenience, we will have a small buyer-seller meet. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, when you told me you will finish in 4 sentences, I did not believe it. But thank you so much. We'll circulate your presentation to all of these dignitaries. We will be more than happy to. And thank you, sir. Thank you so much. But taking a cue on what you mentioned about the buyer-seller meets, I would like to inform the audience that we are doing buyer-seller meets at least 2 every month. Nowadays, it is happening virtually, but we have been doing with countries like Thailand, Korea, US, Bhutan, and I'd like to give an example. In the pandemic, we did one with the Indian Embassy in Bhutan, specifically for tea and coffee. what the embassy did was they actually got the buyers in one hall on a virtual platform, and on our side, ICIB got all the exporters of tea and coffee on one platform. They gave their presentations, but beforehand, we couriered all the samples of tea and coffee to Bhutan, where they had this tasting session and they could actually taste the samples. So although the physical travel was not possible, we managed to do an actual tasting over boundaries, and we have been doing that since many years now. So we'll be happy to do it specifically for Nagpur also. You have lovely products out here, and if you have any product focus, I request Bhartiya ji to please get in touch with Rajan, and you can specify the product and the country. We'll be happy to take it up. Moving on, I would like to invite Shri P.M. Parlevar ji, the Director of Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Development Institute. Welcome, sir. He is the man you should all be running after. He is the guy who gives us the subsidies.
Thank you very much. So, good evening to each one of you, dignitaries sitting on of the dais. As you all know, I am representing Ministry of MSME, Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises, and today's program is focused on MSMEs Going Global. So, when Bhartiya ji called me, I am looking after entire Maharashtra, implementation of MSME schemes in entire Maharashtra. So I am sitting in Mumbai also when Bhartiya ji called. Actually, I am not supposed to come today in Nagpur, but he called me and he said that some consulates are coming, ambassadors are coming. So I thought it is important program, I should attend it. So yesterday night only I came, and today I am attending this program. As we all know, Ministry of MSME Government of India is apex organization in our country, which is working for development of MSME sector, making policies, schemes to develop MSMEs in our country. I am implementing schemes of MSME Ministry in Maharashtra. And we have a number of schemes, as we all knows, most of you knows what type of programs, what type of schemes we implement in Maharashtra. We work on credit facilitation, we work on cluster development, we work on domestic market development, we work on export promotion. Our schemes are there for innovation, startups, for academic institutions, for infrastructure development. There are n number of schemes in which we are working for development of MSME sector, implementing our schemes in which there are number of subsidies, there are number of granting aids available, there are programs on skill development, entrepreneurship development, there are seminars, workshops on quality management, IPR, n number of programs, n number of activities we are doing. As far as export promotion is concerned, we are having a scheme for MSMEs in which we are sending delegation of MSMEs to various countries at our cost. Another is we are organizing exhibition internationally for MSMEs in which we are funding MSMEs to participate in exhibitions. Even a single MSME or a group of MSMEs can go to international trade fair, participate there at our cost. That type of facility we are having. We are having training programs on export managements. I suggest, I would like to tell Symbiosis, because this is the recently opened by a university in Nagpur, we can have some collaboration, industry institute collaboration, MSME ministry collaboration with you, and we can organize number of programs. Just now DC Saab from SEZ said we should organize buyer-sellers meet. So we organize international buyer-sellers meet. Mumbai in WTC, World Trade Center, we organize buyer-sellers meet. Similar buyer, at our cost, we fund for that. And we invite buyers and sellers from various countries, and we invite buyers and sellers from our countries. We organize exhibition there during that buyer-sellers meet. So these kind of programs we can take up here in Nagpur, since we have a very good infrastructure here. We have clusters in Maharashtra. Particularly garment cluster, rice mill cluster, oil cluster. I have seen some consulates were saying that we import oil, edible oil. We have oil cluster, edible oil cluster here in Maharashtra. We have solar cluster, we have gem jewelry cluster here in Maharashtra, we have garment cluster, textile cluster, pulses cluster. So many clusters are there in Maharashtra, and these are the big clusters. It's not a small cluster. Manufacturing huge quantity of products and services. So what I would like to suggest is, we can have a one-to-one meeting with clusters also. Means the things which you want to import in your country, and if those clusters are available here in Maharashtra, we can have this kind of meeting exclusively with clusters, wherein you can interact with them and you can really import something from these clusters. So these kind of activities we can definitely take up. We can have an international buyer sellers meet in Nagpur, in Mumbai, wherever in Maharashtra I can support it. And then the meeting with clusters, and then we can promote MSMEs in your countries. We can send delegation to your countries under our scheme. That can also be taken up. So with this, I think there are a number of things which I would like to tell, but the time is short. I may not be able to tell, but these are the things primarily we can do, and we can have a collaboration with countries from where consulates are coming present here, and with Symbiosis International University. Already all other industries associations like CAIT and ICIB are already associated with us, and I think with this integration of all industry associations, Symbiosis and various countries, we would be able to promote MSMEs from India as well as from your countries, because MSMEs are the backbone, as recognized as the backbone of economy across globe. So our ministry is working for promotion, and we would like to have a very good association with your countries. Thank you very much.
Parlevarji, thank you so much. And like I said, he's the man. We are a country of subsidies and grants. Whether you believe it or not, कोई देता है तो लेना क्यों नहीं है? Simple फंडा है बॉस हमारा. And he is the man who's going to give all those things. So, like I said, follow him wherever he goes. And sir, I would like to be a little selfish when it comes to that. We have Excellency Claudio here who invited us to Costa Rica. If we can get that exhibition included in the approved list of exhibitions, we'll take a delegation. And Nagpur will be the priority. पहले 20 नागपुर से ही आएंगे और इंडिया से मैं कहीं नहीं लेके जाऊंगा. That's my guarantee to the city of Nagpur. Definitely, sir. Thank you so much. Bhartiya ji, thank you so much. Moving on, after taking something like 5-7 crores here, I would like to invite somebody who can give us 20-30 crores more. So, Vaibhav Kaleji, Zonal Manager, Bank of Maharashtra. Welcome, sir.
Warm good evening to all. Mr. Manpreet Singh, Executive Vice President, Indian Chamber of International Business. Mr. B.C. Bhartiya, National President, Confederation of All India Traders. His Excellency Mr. Claudio Ansuanero Monteiro, Ambassador, the Republic of Costa Rica. Her Excellency Mrs. Anisa Kapufi Bega, the High Commissioner of the United Republic of Tanzania. Her Excellency His Excellency Mr. August Septono, Consul General of Republic of Indonesia. Her Excellency Mrs. Tahina Rosa Molino, Charge d'Affaires, the Republic of Madagascar. Mr. Horsfall Jacob Atanu, Head of Industry, Trade and Investment, High Commission of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Dr. V. Sraman, Development Commissioner, SEZ Mihan, and Additional Director General of Foreign Trade. Mr. Dr. Jayaprakash Paliwal, Director, Symbiosis International University Nagpur. Mr. Zubin Zol, WTCD Nagpur. And a very warm good evening again. Friends, I represent an 87 years young bank, that is Bank of Maharashtra. We are present all over India with almost 2,022 branches, and the largest number of branches which are here in Maharashtra, around 1,200 branches. So I think as Bank of Maharashtra, we understand Maharashtra
very well in terms of all kind of businesses, right from retail asset to corporate credit. Friends, I thank CAIT and ICIB to giving me an opportunity to be a part of this coveted event. I'll just briefly describe the numbers of Bank of Maharashtra this financial year. We were the fastest growing bank among PSUs, and we have clocked a total business growth of almost 19.84% this year, with an advances growth of 25%, which is highest in the industry, and MSME growth of 13.60%, which is again highest in the industry. Friends, why I am running you through all these numbers? Because earlier when the bank started 87 years back, it was a common man's bank. That particular day in 1935 till today, we have expanded our horizons like anything. And in last 3 years, the bank is growing phenomenally, especially in advances areas. And we have realized that we need to support the economy, we need to support the MSMEs, because MSME, as Mr. Jacob Horsfall Jacob has said, that any economy will be dependent upon the growth of its MSME sector. Unless and until we are going to support the MSMEs, we are not going to be anywhere in the world map. And if you have heard the presentations of all the dignitaries here, everybody is supporting the MSMEs like anything. They are gung-ho about their economies, they are gung-ho about their industries, they are gung-ho about the processes which are involved. So the growth in export, which we have done in last year, the total exports numbers were almost doubled. 51% growth we have clocked in export credit, and total export and import transactions for Bank of Maharashtra. So friends, the MSMEs which are here, for last 1 year I am working with the zonal office in Nagpur, and we understood that the two major areas where we are going to support the MSMEs is, if they want to export, is they should have some competitive advantage. So competitive advantage can come either through research and development or through technological upgradations. So the initial starting point would be that this kind of support which the banks are providing to the MSMEs, especially Bank of Maharashtra here. So we are trying to push and we are trying to interact with our customers. Mr. Thaukar is one of the old customers from Bank of Maharashtra. He would vouch for that. That now we are working in a very close quarters with our customers. Now the customer centricity is there with the bank, and the kind of involvement which we are trying to develop with the customers is like that. We are supporting them, because once we finance, we become the partners of the MSME or the kind of corporates which we have. Almost 75 to 80% funds we give. So to develop that kind of vibrancy among the MSMEs, we are working very closely. We are having all kind of products. You tell the product under the sun and the Bank of Maharashtra will provide. It's only you need to ask. We are also conducting such kind of events along with MSME, KVICs, but it is up to you that whether you want to approach and whether you want to ask. The main issue is whether we understand the dynamics of the international business. That's why this event, which is being organized by Symbiosis International University, it gives a really good platform that academics and industry should go hand in hand, and overall the competitive advantage should be there. So I will not take much of the time, but we are present in Nagpur. Nagpur is a zonal office, and Sitabardi, the main office, is there. So anybody who would like to come, he can always be there. And we are also promoting such kind of events off and on, and our teams are there. So we are here with our Deputy Zonal Manager, Mr. Sable is there. My team who is taking care of foreign exchange, they are sitting on the last row. I'll request you to please have stand up so that at least people shouldn't recognize you once they reach the branches. And apart from that, we are also present in a digital space in a big way now, because fintech companies, digital lending, that is catching up. And we are shedding our inertia, and we are going on in a big way in digital lending as well. Digital platforms are robust, and we are providing all kind of products through our digital lending platforms. So I would request the August gathering that do come, do visit our website, do visit our brick and mortar branches, and we are there for you. Thank you.
वैभव जी, थैंक यू सो मच. एक सीक्रेट बताता हूँ. I will speak to Rajan later on that. So आपने बोला कि Thaukars are one of your oldest customers. I am with Bank of Maharashtra since 1978. My year of birth is 1978. So we are also a family business, and we have seen, matlab, people who had joined, my father, not me of course, people who had joined as clerks, ED chairman ban ke nikal gaye. So that is the kind of relationship that my father, who came from Punjab in early 70s, Bank of Maharashtra में ऐसे अटके, I have been trying to tell him since the last 15 years, भाई bank change कर लो. So he is like, problem क्या है? And I have no answer to that, क्योंकि कोई problem नहीं है. That being said, I'll give you another example of Bank of Maharashtra. They fund in the most absurd situations. Sir, you can correct me if I'm wrong. So we were going, so MSME ministry is also here. So we used to get the sanction letters for going to foreign abroad up to 90% funding and all that. अब हमारी limit तो 12 महीने used रहती थी. And now we get the sanction letter. So we needed about 5 lakh rupees. उस जमाने 5 लाख रुपए बहुत होते थे. So then we go to our Bank of Maharashtra, sir, थोड़ा सा OD दे दो, OD दे दो, OD दे दो. So he's like, what do you want it for? So I was like, sir, we have to travel. There's an exhibition we want to partner in. This is an MSME approval letter. So like, हाँ ठीक है. So give me a letter that I need. Keep this letter and disbursal as guarantee. Sir, वो 1 साल बाद आएगा. बोलता है वो बैंक दे रहा है ना. So keeping that letter of disbursal, which will come after 1 year, fresh sanction was given not once but many times, and we grew our exports because of that. That's Bank of Maharashtra. Another example, exports के लिए, I am not sure how many are aware, there is an interest subversal scheme. If your bank is charging you 10%, you can take pre-shipment, post-shipment credit at 6 to 7%. They give you 3-4% back because you are bringing foreign exchange into your country. How many people know about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So ये भी Google करना पड़ेगा. So that is the power of banks that we do not utilize. And मैंने पहले ही कहा था 30-40 करोड़ देने को वो तैयार बैठे हैं. So that is the strength of Bank of Maharashtra, and thanks for being with us today, sir. Thank you so much. Now we are going from SME to medium industry. बॉस SME हो गए, 30-40 करोड़ आ गया, बैंक ऑफ महाराष्ट्र से ले लिया, एक्सपोर्टर बन गए, ग्रो कर लिए. Now what? IPO चाहिए बॉस. IPO चाहिए भाई, मजाक है. So वो मजाक को सॉल्व करने के लिए we have with us Archers Wealth today, श्री भूषण शाह and Videsh Sutaresh ji from Archers Wealth. So please. And these are the people who are going to give you the money for it. उसके लिए 10 मिनट बाद उनको बाहर पकड़ना, सर पैसे कैसे दोगे? वेलकम विदेश. समय को नजर में रखते हुए हम आपसे आग्रह उम्मीद करते हैं कि समय पर समाप्ति कीजिए. धन्यवाद.
Good evening. Pardon me for not taking any name before I start my presentation. All the dignitaries on the dais and eminent guests and the entrepreneurs in front of me. Myself, Bhushan Chandrakant Shah, partner in Archers Wealth. I'm a chartered accountant by profession, cleared my chartered accountancy in 2001. My presentation slide goes into 22 slides. I'll not run through these slides. You can connect me after this into the lobby. I'll share my cards. we will talk about the MSME. We are Arches Wealth, managing almost 1,200 crores AUM. If you have money, give it to us, we'll manage it. If you don't have money, we will give it to you for your business. Both sides we are working here. If you have debt funding, Bank of Maharashtra is here. If you don't have debt funding, if you want equity participation, private equity, public listed companies for say SME IPO, small and medium enterprises IPO, if your requirement is less than 25 crores, still you can go for IPO. Preparation for the IPO, we can do. Due diligence, we can do. Standard operating procedure development, we can do. Financial health checkup of your organization, we can do. Merchant banking appointment, we can do. For all those activities for getting money to your business, we are here. My first loan proposal after my chartered accountancy for 30 crore rupees from Bank of Maharashtra, Pune branch. Okay. So here is Bank of Maharashtra starting my career for the first proposal on debt funding. If you need any kind of help in activity of money, we are there. Advantages of IPO, private equity, where you don't have to pay monthly interest. If you are searching for private equity, venture capital, you will get technology in your business. You will get business partners which will give you global presentation for your company. So this is new type of money making, okay, where Arches Wealth will give you opportunity to grow. Means MSME Going Global, Arches Wealth will be with you for your development. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you really much for doing this. And we want you all to interact with them. I have one question for the audience. What do you think we have done here today? CAIT and ICIB came together. What do you think we did today? Anybody, but little loudly, यहाँ तक सुनता नहीं है. मारेंगे लोग मेरे को. Anyways, so we gave you a platform. We came to Nagpur with a customer, a supplier, a market, a banker, a financer, government agency, export promotion agency, MSME promotion agency. One table, one dais. This is what we are giving you today. This is what we do differently. आप सब ने बहुत सारी चीजें देखी होंगी. There are lots of chambers, lots of associations. We are a passionate people. हमको लोग पागल चेंबर बोलते हैं. We are very happy to listen to that. Because at the end of the day, even if one person out of you utilizes this, our effort is worth it. We are facilitators. That is what our job is. We are supposed to just bring this to you so that you use it. आज हमको यही नहीं मिलता है. I have seen गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स के लिए लोग बैंकों के धक्के खा लेते हैं. किसी को पता नहीं होता है जाना कहाँ है. चले जाते हैं तो सामने वाला बोलता है ये स्कीम नहीं है. स्कीम है तो हमको पेपर वर्क नहीं पता है. If you know the paperwork, then they say, boss, give me 48-50 documents, out of which today you did not sign one page, tomorrow you did not sign the other. Then he says the file is with the peon. Peon is on holiday. This is what we tell you. This is one package deal. You come here. This is your checklist. Do it right the first time. We are there for you. That is what we have given you today. That is only what we are here for. And at that, I will be selfish and please, हमारी membership भी ले लो. So that being said, on a lighter note, I will be more than happy if we can facilitate not only members, we facilitate our non-members also. Any kind of support you need when it comes to international relations. Grassroots, we work with organizations like CAIT and other organizations. We have more than 400 MOUs globally with organizations across the world. I think Arctica or Antarctica छूट गया है, वो भी राजन try कर रहा है, I think. But we are there in every continent. It might take time to get the information, but this is what we can do for you. So with this, I would like to invite Nikunj, who is Nikunj Daima, who is the CAIT Youth Forum President, for the formal vote of thanks, so that we can conclude today's session. आपका पता नहीं, मुझे बहुत भूख लगी है. So Nikunj, floor is yours.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I deem it as a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of organizing committee of event MSME Going Global, organized by Indian Chamber of International Business in collaboration with Confederation of All India Trade Association. We are delighted to have His Excellency Mr. Claudio Montero, Ambassador of Republic Costa Rica, in the event, and heartfelt appreciation for the support assured to us and also inviting to us for Buyer Traders mission. I take this opportunity to extend our most sincere thanks to Her Excellency Anissa Mbega, High Commissioner, the United Republic of Tanzania, for every support and guidance that you have enlightened to us, especially with the information regarding the agriculture, processing, and the textile opportunities that we have. We wish to express our sincere gratitude for the support and information rendered by His Excellency Mr. August Saputono, Consulate General, the Republic of Indonesia, regarding the opportunities of spices, clothing, and many more items. Definitely India and Indonesia has a good balance. We are delighted to have Ms. Tahina Rasamorina, Charge d'Affaires, the Republic of Madagascar, and appreciate the information guidance rendered to the audience here. We are humbled by the presence of Mr. Horsfall Jacob Atanu, Head of Industry, Trade, Investment, High Commission of Federal Republic of Nigeria, who assured acceptable environment for the Indian MSMEs and how Nigeria can accommodate any size of business. We would like to acknowledge the contribution towards the success of this conference by Mr. P.M. Parleva, Director, MSME, and Dr. V. Sraman, Development Commissioner and Additional Directorate General of Foreign Trade. My special thanks goes to Mr. Kale from Bank of Maharashtra, World Trade Center Nagpur, Archers Wealth, Global Square, Badnath, and Thaukar Group for their continuous support and to help to make this event successful. We are indebted to them. We are thankful to the partners and local organizing team, ICIB President Mr. Manpreet Singh, CAT National President Mr. B.C. Bhartiya, Symbiosis International University Director Dr. Jayaprakash Paliwal, along with their members to make this event great success. Many thanks to the faculty and students of Symbiosis International University for making wonderful arrangements for this conference. They handled the conference arrangement with utmost professionalism. Last but not the least, I, Nikunj Daima, would like to thank our informed audience, without whose participation and involvement such dialogue is incomplete. Thank you all once again.
Can we have everybody on the dais for a group photograph, please? After this group photograph, मैं चाहूँगा कि जितने भी लोग बैठे हैं ना, वो स्टेज पे आ जाएं और एक ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ के लिए. After we have this photograph, everybody who's sitting here, I'm not sure resolution कैसा आएगा, but I want all of you all on the stage. Patience है boss पूरा दिन बैठने की. And बाहर after the photograph, we will be having one-to-one meetings with all these excellencies and ambassadors. They are here for you. एक selfie point बनाया हुआ है, हर country का flag है. So please feel free to interact with all of them, take photographs with them, and post it wherever you want. लेकिन ICIB को tag करना नहीं भूलना. Thank you so much. Can we come on the front, please, if you don't mind? Photographer. नहीं तो लोग सो गए.
3 days back. June 1st.